My name is Ash, and I am a occupational therapist and certified hand therapist based out of Abbotsford, British Columbia. And this is a story about how through social networking and advocacy for the profession, I was able to convince the manager of the pension and benefits program to add occupational therapy benefits to the 20,000 plus pensioners and their families. This story begins on the golf course at Ledgeview Golf and Country Club, where I am a member here in Abbotsford. I typically play with the same foursome first thing in the morning, and as you get to know each other better and better, of course, what you do for a living comes into the conversations. So as I was asked, I explained that I'm an occupational therapist and certified hand therapist. One of the playing partners I have asked me a few more questions as a family member of his was struggling with some ongoing hand issues. So I passed along my clinic information, and I said if he would like another opinion from me, that I'd be more than happy to see this family member. And a few weeks later, that family member contacted the clinic and booked for an assessment with me. In terms of a recovery path, it was actually a pretty simple case. Just some splinting, some basic education, some proper exercise prescription. We were able to make significant, meaningful outcomes and progress within 3 visits over 6 weeks. And they were discharged and very happy with the results. As I was golfing with my playing partner, he was very, very happy with the results. But he did explain to me that when he went to submit for reimbursement through his insurance provider, that they were not covered for occupational therapy services. And this is where we got a little bit deeper into the conversation because, of course, he asked the questions, what are the differences between physiotherapists and occupational therapists, which, as many of my colleagues, my occupational therapy colleagues know, is a very common question. And I explained to him, in terms of hand therapy, if you're working with an occupational therapist, certified hand therapist, or a physiotherapist, certified hand therapist, there isn't going to be, a great deal of difference in the service you're receiving. But I did see this as an opportunity, to educate him further on the fact that only about 1% to 2% of occupational therapists and physiotherapists go on to become certified hand therapists, and that approximately 80% of those certified hand therapists are occupational therapists. And he was very interested by this fact because he really did appreciate the services provided, and he was very adamant about the importance of your hands, and I fully agree with that. The importance of your hands for maintaining independence and overall function. I then went on to educate further on how it's a big point of frustration for occupational therapists nationally that many extended health benefit packages aren't providing occupational therapy services or funding occupational therapy services. This individual took it upon himself to bring the point of occupational therapy coverage to the annual general meeting, where it was then voted on, and it was passed forward that they would add it to their benefit package going forward on a 10-year term with their insurance provider. And this was done at no additional cost to their insurance premium. So it was an absolute landslide victory for the profession of occupational therapy, as well as any individual who would benefit from occupational therapy services. I think if I were to advise, any other occupational therapists who, have run into this frustration throughout their career, of not having adequate coverage or funding for your services, just to start the conversation. Try to talk to people, anyone who will listen, because you never know what little conversation may turn into something huge. And that's the best advice I can give. I've been an OT for almost 11 years now, and a CHT for 5 to 6 years. So, really, I've seen a lot of change, but at the same time, it's been really slow. So starting those conversations and trying to explain the value of the services that you provide and how you can make a difference in people's lives. And hopefully, not every conversation is going to have a huge outcome like this one, but you never know which one will, right? Thanks a lot for your time.